What is social learning theory? Well, this theory says that we as individuals learn behaviors by observing others. First, we observe their attitude towards a given context or scenario, how they behave in that scenario, and then the response that results from that scenario. So we determine what we can expect from a given behavior based upon what we see in terms of the response to behavior that we observe. So this is known as vicarious modeling. That is, we're learning from the behavior of others, so we're doing it vicariously. Now, the social learning theory says that we learn through 4 attentive processes in this way. First, we have attentional processes. Basically, we have to be able to pay attention in a very discerning manner to others. We have to be able to identify the critical factors that give rise to a response. So generally, the models who we observe must have various characteristics that are either attractive, very similar to us, highly recognizable, or in some way have some level of import to us. Then retention. We have to be able to retain what we see. We have to put it in a meaningful context so that it is mentally recorded so that we can recall it in the future, because oftentimes this is subconscious. We don't know that we're learning from observing until we observe a similar scenario again in the future and we recall that mental image or picture that we've recorded. Then the motor reproduction processes. We have to be able to imitate someone's reaction or behavior in a given situation. This takes a high level of emotional intelligence oftentimes, because in any given scenario we may have emotional factors that are pulling at us rather than just logical factors, particularly when this response is happening subconsciously. So we have to be able to control our emotions and reproduce what we've witnessed in the past based upon the response that we see, because once again, we are hoping for that same type of response. That's the reason that we're imitating this action. And then lastly, the reinforcement processes. They need to be in place. So we have to be able to recognize the context or scenarios where a certain type of behavior is going to give rise to a certain type of response, or that type of response is possible or feasible in a given situation or scenario. So these are the attentive processes that we go through as part of the social learning theory.